And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hello everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Droll. There's a lot of roll and write games. This is a draw and roll game, thus the name, How Droll. The game is going to be a game in which you're drawing pictures on giant dice. Giant dice? That sounds like my style. And you're trying to get people to guess what they are depending on where they land. Here's how it plays. In this game, each player is going to get a die and a marker and an eraser and then a board. The die is their color, and each round of the game, players are going to draw a card that has two words on it, like movies and kitchen or paradise and chess. The orange words are harder, Hawaii and Brazil, NASCAR and construction, The Legend of Zelda and carnival, as opposed to football and Batman, Little Red Riding Hood, firefighters, post office, and mountain. You're going to pick one of these words, and then you're going to draw pictures on the sides of your dice here. You must draw 5 different pictures. You can draw one picture twice, and then you're going to roll your die when you're done so that it lands in front of everybody, and then everyone's going to try to, in the time limit here, guess and write what they think everyone else's thing is. You write it on their color. So you'll look, and you might have a perspective here of this. You can get up and move around the table, and you're trying to figure out what the word here is. One side's going to land face down, and you're not going to get to see that side. So if you're trying to guess here, and you'll see I drew the same one here twice. This is aliens. See the flying saucer picking up the sheep. There's an alien. That's the moon. Not a very good drawing there. There's an alien head. Looks kind of like a skull. All right, I'm not a very good artist, but that's how the game works. And you're going to score points based on what you've done. If you guessed the theme, you get 1 point, and you get 1 point for each person who has guessed yours. And you'll just keep on your color on the board, you keep track of your points. And you're just going to keep taking turns, 4 rounds, and then whoever has the most points is the winner. That's it. I'm not a big fan of the box here. This box is a weak box, and it holds these dice. The dice themselves are fine. They're going to get stuff written all over them. You'll see here that there's still marks from previous games, so you'll have to at the end make sure that you kind of give them a good erasing, but the stuff comes on. As you manipulate them and touch them, the stuff can rub off, so you want to, there's lots of corner space here, and you learn pretty quickly to have those corners and then roll it. Other than that, it's a drawing game. My biggest complaint about components is this is a really small deck. Not to mention, I'm not convinced that the green ones, like Batman, is easier than light. We also had it sometimes where somebody might say something that we said, well, that fits, that makes sense, or it's hard to get people to guess a very specific word that you have, and someone guessed something that's close to it, and we usually gave it to those people. We thought that was close enough. But the components are nice. These are good. The colors are straightforward. They're not amazing components, honestly, but they're good enough for what the game is. Alrighty, well that's how it works. This is a game I think aimed at kids more than anyone else. Yes, adults can play it and it works well, but I found it works really well for kids because they get to draw multiple pictures, silly little pictures, and it's a little all over the place. Kids will like it and it's fun for them, but some of the words are just harder to draw than others, and sometimes you're like, I can't even think of 6 different pictures to draw for this. Now, fortunately, you only have to draw 5. You draw one twice. I do that every time I play. I pick the one, so if I have Disney, for example, I'm drawing the Disney symbol on 2 sides because that's the most recognizable one, and I don't want to take the chance that the bottom side, the one people can't see, is the best clue. That's pretty good. I wish it had more cards, and yes, handling the dice without getting the stuff all over your hands is a little tricky to get used to. But man, did my kids have a good time playing this one. They wanted to play it over and over because it just worked well. They liked the concept of rolling a die and then moving around the table a little bit, trying to figure out what's there. Just simplicity, ease, fun, the categories. SpongeBob came up one time. They liked the categories. They liked trying to figure them out. And when you have the card, you always have a choice of which word you're going to draw. So you're like, I don't know what that is. I'll draw the other one. So lots of fun for kids. Recommend it for them. Droll. Dice Tower Judgment, kid approved.